Alright, to do the zips, I actually like to do it, like to do the pinning first, just in case anything happens, and I want to make sure that everything is nicely in place, okay? Okay, I've got the back of the costume over here with the two lines that we've just added on. This is the front of the costume, okay? So this is where the center back is. So where the center back is, okay, I'm just going to line it this way so that you can see this nicely. So this is where the center back is, where we're actually going to add the zip. Right? This is where we're going to add the zip. So the zip's going to run down the center back, okay, front facing of the zip down this way. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to unzip this, okay. For this beginning part here, we're actually going to sew it here like that, okay. Let me zoom you in so you can see. So from unzipping here, I'm actually going to grab this side, matching over to this side. Okay, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to pin. Okay, so why I pin like that is because after we sew, later it's going to flip over this way. Okay, so it looks nice. Alright, so I'm going to pin this here, and for the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to pin. Now the reason why I do this is because, you know, I've sewn so many instances where I actually pinned the wrong way, or actually sewed the zip the wrong way, and I had to redo that all over again. It's not fun. So I'm going to unzip near the end. Okay, so from here, we are going to actually sew a straight line all the way through. All right, all the way through, we're going to sew a straight line. I'm going to use a zipper foot for this, so let me just go grab that. So I'm going to change over the foot to a zipper foot. Okay, so this is a zipper foot over here. It does come with your sewing machine, but if it doesn't, you can actually get from, you know, your regular sewing supply store. Okay, so with that, I'm going to shift this baby to the side. I'm going to change the footer, release the release levers at the back. I'm going to put this one in. Which side am I going to do first? Let's see. So the zipper has two sides to choose from, yeah? So you got to decide which side you want to do. So I'm going to start with this side over here first, since we have it. Let me just cut this away. So let's go ahead to start on this one first. So you want to make sure the edge of this, okay, is right at the top. All right, it's right at the top. So lining the side of the zipper to the side of the fabric here, and that's why we searched it, because it makes it look a lot nicer. Okay, looks more professionally done, as I would always say. So from here, okay, you see, you want to make sure that this side of the zipper where the teeth are is going on the outer edge, right? So in this case, I'm going to shift the footer to the other side. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. Because the teeth is running across here, so you want to make sure that you're as close to the teeth but not on the teeth. So this goes over here this way. Okay, needle position is going to be back to the center, yeah? Needle position in the center. So that when you actually poke the needle down, it's actually going to be right behind this here. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm gonna re-angle this. Gonna pop a pin in. Because I feel like it's moving a lot. Yes, okay. Okay, I'm just gonna use my naked eye. Alright, There you go, needle down. Oh, I forgot to say. Okay, my lengthwise, I'm going to go to about 3/2, I would say. Tension back to 3. Okay, needle position in the center, 0 width. We're going for a straight line. Alright, so go forward. Don't forget to backstitch. Go forward again. And yeah, you just want to make sure you don't stretch the fabric, okay? Don't stretch the fabric. So don't pull on the fabric, just let it go. Because the zip has no stretch to it. Okay? Got a bit stuck here. There you go. Okay, you're gonna go sew all the way as close to the edge as possible. So usually I sew where the zip is here, but we've opened the zip to be rather. Okay, done with that. And snip this. All right, so let's see. So ta-da! We've sewn one side of the zip very nicely. So we are going to top stitch this down later. Okay, you don't want to top stitch now just in case. So now we're over to this other side. Okay, so for this other side, I'm going to change the footer to the other side because now the teeth is this way. Okay, so same thing, shift over. Okay. It's a little bit more cumbersome on this side just because of all of the fabric stuck here. Okay. From here, let's start. Needle down. Don't forget backstitch. Okay. Same thing, you're going to go all the way through. Make sure not to stretch the fabric. Then just let it do its thing. Again, I'm going as close as I can. Once I'm done lifting up the foot, okay, I'm going to be careful because all of my fabrics are here. I'm going to gently pull it out and snip the threads away. Okay, you can see. Oh, okay, I guess it got released, but it was a little bit tight to actually pull just now. So sometimes I like to check just to make sure everything is okay. Yeah, now it's okay. Right, very nice. Okay, with the zip actually sewn, before we do the top stitch to finish this up and close everything up, I like to always check the zip. So the end of the zip is over here. Okay, so I'm just going to zip it up just to make sure everything is a-okay. Ta-da! Looks great, looks great. Okay, we haven't top stitched, so it's going to make it look more beautiful. But yes, this is how it looks. I think it looks great. And I'm just going to open this back up because just to make sure none of the stitches are in the way. And yeah, looks good. Okay, so from here it's actually really simple. Okay, so this is where the collar is. For this part over here, okay, what you're actually going to do to fix this is you're actually going to turn this downwards like that. Okay, from here, put it downwards and then flip it over and do a top stitch. Yeah, very simply, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a top stitch this way one more time. Opening it up. For the extra flap here, flip it over and pushing it over here, doing a top stitch. Okay, top stitch running down here. Now, if you want to cover the zip a little bit more, you could give a little bit more slack for the red fabric to cover it up a little bit. But I actually don't mind the line. I actually quite like the black look, so I'm just going to leave it more open and more clean so that it's more obvious a line. I just don't mind it for this particular costume, but if you really don't want to see it, then yeah, you can do that. One way is you can just top stitch just a little bit here and leave the rest alone, so you don't have to top stitch the rest, so it has a very nice and clean look. Or if you want, you can use a red thread to actually do that. I think I'm going to go ahead and just use black thread to maybe just top stitch just this part over here. Maybe I should change to red. Let me think about this. Yeah, you know what? I'll change to the red thread to actually do the top stitch there so it looks a lot nicer and cleaner. But let's just finish the edge over here. So I'm gonna zip this all the way up first. So we're going to change thread later to just top stitch this down so we don't touch the rest, because I think the rest looks fine, better without the top stitching. And let's deal with the bottom. So I'm going to flip this inside out, this whole costume inside out. And from here, I'm actually going to match. Okay, so this is the center back where the zip is. So from here, I'm actually going to match this part here, which is where the two fabrics line. Okay. So this part over here, I'm actually going to match. So I'm going to pin this together. Okay, I'm going to go this side. So I'm going to pin these two sides together. And then the zip is actually over here. Okay, to show you more clearly, the zip ends actually over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to sew a straight line from here to past where we actually sewed the straight line. So to probably over here. All right. And just to make sure that, you know, everything is nice and tight. Okay, so same thing, you're going to use the same foot. We're going to use the zipper foot because the zipper is over here, so the bulge is over here. So you got to make sure that the zipper is on this side. The zipper foot is on this side, okay? And then I'm going to actually line this up this way because it's actually going to go in, and we're actually going to pull this side. Pull into this side. All right, sew it all the way there. Stretching it to make sure everything stays nice and flat together. All right, from here, I'm putting my needle down. Okay. Okay, it's not moving a lot, so I'm just going to hold on to the thread. Pull it a little bit, so it'll move. Okay, what's that? Okay, now I'm gonna back stitch. Okay, I'm gonna pull the tail once more. Just be careful of the needle, pulling out the needle. Yeah, I'm going to make sure that the two fabrics line. So for this part over here where the zip is, I'm actually going to do a little pinch. Okay, I'm going to do a little pinch. Pinching up nice together. Do a little nice stretch to put everything together. Okay. And let's go. Okay. Making sure I'm using my finger to actually press the fabric to push out any kinks, yeah. So that's a very important trick that you need to do. Okay, making sure everything's nice and flat. See, the bulge is coming up from here already. So that's why you need to use the zipper foot. Okay, I'm gonna go up a little bit more just in case. See, I'm holding these two sides to still match, yeah? So this is still matching. Back stitch. Let's do one more. All right. And okay. So I'm gonna cut this baby away, and I'm gonna cut this side away as well. 2 threads. Okay, so let's turn this around to check. Alright, so the end of the zip is actually over here this way. Okay, so it actually creates quite a nice little V shape over here, which I quite like. I think for this costume it actually works really well, so got no problems with that. And yeah, let's flip it all the way right side up. Alright, so you can see this is how the end looks like. Okay, so it's a nice finish over here. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to change up the top thread and go ahead to do a little top stitch over here just to finish it in red. Okay, so I want to make it look red, so change the thread. So what I like to do is I like to cut this over here and change this to thread. Change this to red thread. Okay, so once I'm over here with my red thread at the top, I'm gonna unzip this a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna bend this over, flip this in, try and tuck it in a little bit more. Okay, oh, I want to add my logo. Okay, let me grab my logo. Alright, so I actually got my logo here. So again, if you're doing this for your business, you want to add your logo. This is a good way. So I just kind of pop it right at the back here. So it's nice and, you know, hidden, but not really. There, over here this way. So it looks nice. Okay, make sure that it goes all the way in. Right. Okay, you can go ahead to pop a pin in. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go with the flow. So again, same thing. I'm going to use the side of the edge of the zipper foot here. The zipper foot is here on this side. Okay. You know what? I want to go slightly out more because I feel like, yeah. I'm going to go slightly out more so that it holds everything in place better. Okay, gonna come down a little bit more. Alright, okay, let's see how that looks. So this is the final look. So once that is done, okay, everything is tagged in. Okay, and you have your nice top stitch going on over here. If you want, you can actually sew on a hook here just to finish this up nicely, but I decided not to do that. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. And yeah, this is how let me just spread this out. So this is the final look. So basically on each side, we have actually added 1 inch of extra allowance. So altogether that makes it 2 inches or 5 cm altogether for the chest and the waist area. Yeah, the front remains unchanged. Okay, so the front design is completely unchanged, which is great. So now this is just the back that we have added on the extra panels with the zip, and the back of the zip looks like this. The back with the zip, I mean, looks like this. Okay, you can see the serge lines that we did over here and the zip going on over here. I did go ahead to actually do some zigzags to close off this zip. It doesn't look great, but it does its job. So the zip actually doesn't come off here. Okay, and this doesn't actually fray. I just did a lot of zigzags just to hold everything in place so that the zip can't come off. Yeah, so this is something that you might want to do if you're reusing the zip. But if you're using a new zip, typically it has an end. Let me just show you. The zips usually come with this over here, this little knob. Okay, but that zip was actually a little bit too long, so it was actually cut away. So if you don't have this stopper over here, all you can do is do a zigzag or do a straight line across to stop it from running. So that's it. I hope you found this course really useful, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know as well, but I'm more than happy to support you. Just keep sewing. Bye!